Today I will be continuing the complete overview of a farmer's life that I've been undertaking recently by reviewing all the areas related to character customization. Hey, HannahMouse1 here. For those of you who don't know me, I am an aspiring game developer who is working to prove that you can make professional quality games even in the most beginner-friendly software such as Scratch. My main project, A Farmer's Life, is a top-down 2D farming simulator game in the style of Stardew Valley. If you've been following this series, you know that I've been overhauling the game's visuals and refining each gameplay feature as I do. Today I am continuing that process by revamping the last two shops and the character customization menus. Starting with the furniture store, I redid the background detail using the new palette and expanded it to fill the entire screen. I added some extra details like a Mandela spiral flower pattern to fill in the empty space, and placed a mortar and pestle on the shelves for a bit more visual interest. Next, I turned my attention to the shopkeeper, Sasha. I think I mentioned in the last episode that I'm not a fan of recolouring people into the new palette, mainly because getting the skin tone to look even remotely natural is a bit of a pain. But I got it done, and I added some animation, standard blinking, and a gentle shrug to bring her to life. Then I moved on to the UI for the shop. I recoloured all of Sasha's quote bubbles and updated the buttons to indicate whether floors, walls, or furniture are currently being displayed. To get everything working correctly, I had to ensure that each different wall and floor had a properly coloured icon in the inventory item sprite. This approach saves 2 costumes per wall and floor compared to how I was doing it before with the furniture store sprite. Now, instead of using 2 separate costumes to show whether an item has been purchased or not, I use the same base sprite for both with a tick icon layered over it if needed. With the furniture store complete, I moved on to the clothes store, repeating the same process for the background. This time I added more detail to the coat on the hat stand and introduced a small shelving unit stocked with spare fabrics and some Shakespearean props, candles and even a skull. I can only assume someone's been performing Hamlet. These extra shelves not only help fill the space but also reduce the amount of wood grain that I had to draw in the background, repetitive and tedious task that I'm always glad to minimise. I also updated the colour palette for Santi. Since he's Sasha's twin brother, this was actually a bit easier. I already knew which colours to use for his skin and hair, and a simple suit made things a bit more straightforward. To give him a bit more personality, I added a sewing machine. He occasionally stitches away at a piece of fabric, adding a touch of animation. The UI for the clothes store was much simpler. It functions like any other shop in the game, so once I had everything recoloured, it all worked smoothly right away. With both shops done, I turned my attention to the character customization window. I kept the core layout the same, but most of the text is now displayed using the font manager rather than being baked into the costumes. I also ensured that the outline on the player character renders correctly. Additionally, I added the option for the player to enter their name, which will be useful once I move on to the story portion of the game. Lastly, I revamped the wardrobe screen, updating all the assets to match the new style. I removed the old back button and replaced it with one that appears on the icon bar, similar to the setup when you open a workspace. This helped keep things clean and consistent. But that's all I got done for this week, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe if you did. It lets me know that this is something you want to see more of. Join the Discord, link down below, and I'll see you next week with another video. Bye!